The DJI FPV goggles V2 are currently, they're marked down to $469, the lowest they've ever been. And to my mind, and I know there are people who disagree with this, I'm gonna represent that viewpoint in a minute. To my mind, this, in some ways, this is the best time to buy the DJI FPV goggles V2. And this is going to really confuse people who have accused me of fear-mongering that the goggles V2 are could be near the end of their lifespan, and people have said that that's fear-mongering designed to scare people into buying the walk snail system, the Fat Shark system. Because apparently the fact that I make Rotor Riot episodes sometimes means that Drew controls me, and the fact that Rotor Riot and Fat Shark are both owned by Red Cat means that Rotor Riot is controlled by Fat Shark, and through some kind of weird chain of causality, it means that I have some stake in making people buy the walk snail system instead of the DJI system, which is complete nonsense. But okay. Here's the thing. The DJI V2 system is very good. It's not perfect. It has some things that are missing. Like it doesn't support Betaflight, full Betaflight OSD. Unless you root it. More on that maybe later, but it doesn't have audio, which some people don't like. The goggles are kind of big and heavy. But at a price of $469 for the goggles, it's so good at what it is, and the reliability and durability of the hardware is so proven. The hardware is nearly indestructible. I think that if you look at what else is out there, $600 for the walk snail goggles, Fat Shark goggles, plus antennas. So another $40 to $80 for antennas. Plus $160, I think it is, for the VTX, which is nowhere near the durability of the Vista or the Air unit. I mean, it remains to be seen, but they set a really high bar. And I think it's fair to say I don't know if the durability is low. It might be only average, but it's still not going to be as good as the Vista or the Air unit, which are extremely high. So, and the performance of the DJI system is proven. It's excellent. So what you've got here is, it is a known quantity that is very, very good in so many ways, and now the price is lower than it's ever been. So what would hold you back from buying the DJI V2 system? Well, number one, the new system, the O3 Air unit, and the new DJI Goggles 2, what a stupid, confusing name, but okay. The new system could be better. Maybe you're so excited about that you're like, oh, I gotta wait and see. Okay, then don't buy the V2 system. However, the leaks about the new system don't excite me as much as they excite some people. So you've got 810p resolution. That's a little better than the 720p resolution of the existing system. But on the flip side, the video transmitter and camera are twice as expensive. It's $300 for the video transmitter and camera. Now, the new O3 Air unit is rumored to be able to record at 2.7K and 4K resolution on board. So the theory is that that might like replace your GoPro and save you a whole bunch of weight. Okay, maybe. But I think probably there's a lot of limitations when your flight camera is the same as your HD camera. And I think a lot of people are going to end up still running a GoPro, at which point that $300 for the Air unit and the camera is $150 extra that you didn't need to spend. So I'm not sure that for a lot of FPV pilots, the new system is going to displace the old one. I think for a lot of FPV pilots, the DJI V2 system is actually going to be a better solution than the new one, because they don't need that higher onboard recording, and the additional cost and additional weight of the bigger air unit is a downside. The other hesitation might be that you're worried that the V2 system is going to be end-of-lifed. And this is where I get accused of fear-mongering. And I just think that if you're a rational person, when the new generation of the product comes out, you have to think the days of the current generation are probably numbered, right? That's just how it often works. Now, does that mean that they're going to stop making it in 6 months or a year or 2 years? Like, numbered doesn't mean it's going to stop tomorrow. But you got to at least have that in the back of your head. It seems obvious to me. That's not fear-mongering. But I think that if I was an analog pilot today, or a new pilot thinking about getting into FPV, and I could afford to buy the V2 goggles and like 3 or 4 Vistas, I feel like that might be a solid choice for a lot of people, because those Vistas are going to last forever. And even if DJI stopped making the Vistas today, which I'm not saying they're going to, probably you would be able to get them at least on the secondary market for another. You could still buy Session 4s. So probably you're still going to be able to get Vistas for a little while, although maybe the price will drift up. I feel like there's a lot of people out there for whom that's actually a really solid choice. So that's my thought. Now, there are people out there who said, no, it's the worst time in the world to buy. Because what if Walksnail suddenly, like, their performance rockets to the moon, and they're like the best? Man, there's an argument there. What if the new O3 air unit is so good that you wish you had bought it? Okay. If you're the kind of person who looks at those things and thinks, you know, I'm really worried that I'm going to miss out, don't buy it. But for me, at least, I'm really happy with the V2 system that I'm flying today. And given the known quantity of great performance and good durability, the only concern I might have is availability if I were jumping into it today. And I feel like that is a risk that is probably worth taking for a lot of people. There you go. It's Blunty points out that the O3 air unit can do 1080p 60 or 1080p 100 with the goggles too. That might be tempting. The minute I put those goggles on my face and I see 1080p 100, I might go, oh my God, I'm never going back. That's possible. That happens. You're like, this is fine. And then you see the next thing and you're like, oh, this is good. And then you're like, oh my God, I can never go back again. Yeah. But I think you got to ask yourself whether you're a person who is happy to buy something solid today and risk missing out on something better, or if you're a person who would rather wait and avoid that buyer's remorse. And the price, the problem is the price of the V2 is so compelling right now. Think about it. $600, $650? What are the new goggles, the goggles 2 going to be? They're going to be over $600. Plus $300 for a single air unit. That's going to be $900 for the new system. $460 plus $160, $620. It's like $300 cheaper to get the current system. Anyway, enough about that. That's my take. Thank you, Raven187, for $2 Australian. ExpressLRS 3.0 Wi-Fi to Betaflight is amazing. USB-free Betaflight. Yeah, very excited. I gotta get to work on my ExpressLRS 3.0 video. Who buys just one VTX? Exactly, Eric Ashner. You're getting 2 Vistas for the price of one O3 air unit. That's mighty compelling. maybe that 1080p 100 is worth it, but you're asking a lot.